Hey everyone! Before this story begins, make sure you hit the subscribe button because the story you're about to hear tonight might completely change the way you see love. Let me ask you something. What if the person you love the most is also the person slowly destroying you? Not with anger, not with shouting, but with something far more dangerous: emotional control. This is the kind of love that feels magical at first, but slowly turns into emotional addiction. And tonight's story is about a woman who had everything in life except the power to walk away from the man she loved. Everyone in New York believes Sophia Bennett had the perfect life: a successful career, a beautiful apartment in Manhattan, and a future most people only dream about. But there was one secret she never told anyone. The man she loved was a billionaire who knew exactly how to control people. And the most dangerous part? Sophia knew he was toxic, yet somehow she still couldn't stop loving him. Because sometimes love isn't about happiness. Sometimes it's about addiction. And Ethan Cole was the kind of man women didn't just love, they lost themselves in him. Sophia Bennett was 31, a brilliant financial analyst working on Wall Street. She was the kind of woman people admired: sharp mind, calm confidence, unshakable ambition. She had spent years building a life most people only imagine. Her morning started early, coffee in hand, looking out at the endless skyline of New York City, skyscrapers glowing in the sunrise. To everyone else, Sophia looked unstoppable. But behind that perfect image was something most successful people quietly carry: loneliness. Because when your life becomes about success, sometimes love becomes the one thing you can't control. She met him on a night she almost didn't go out, a private charity gala in Manhattan. The room was filled with New York's elite: CEOs, investors, politicians. And then there was him, Ethan Cole, 39, tech billionaire, founder of one of the fastest growing companies in Silicon Valley. People talked about him like a legend: brilliant, ruthless, mysterious. He didn't chase attention. Attention chased him. Sophia noticed him standing alone near the balcony, watching the city lights below. When their eyes met, something electric passed between them. Not just attraction, recognition. Like two ambitious minds meeting in a world full of ordinary people. Ethan walked toward her, confident, calm, and with a smile that felt dangerous. "New York is beautiful tonight," he said, "but not as interesting as you." Their connection was immediate and intense. Ethan had a way of making Sophia feel like she was the only person in the world. Late-night dinners, private helicopter trips to the Hamptons, long conversations about ambition, power, and life. He admired her intelligence. He respected her career. And unlike most men she had dated, Ethan wasn't intimidated by her success. In fact, he seemed fascinated by it. He would look at her with quiet intensity and say things like, "You're different from other women." And every time he said it, her heart believed him. Because when a powerful man chooses you, it feels like winning something rare. At first, everything felt perfect. Too perfect. Ethan would send flowers to her office, plan surprise trips, call her in the middle of the night just to hear her voice. But then something strange began to happen. He would disappear for hours, sometimes days. No calls, no explanation. Then suddenly, he would return, more affectionate than ever, passionate, attentive, like nothing had happened. It confused Sophia, but it also pulled her deeper in, because human emotions are strange. Consistency creates comfort, but unpredictability creates obsession. And Ethan was unpredictable. Slowly, Sophia began thinking about him constantly, checking her phone, waiting for his messages, analyzing every conversation. Even when she was closing major financial deals, part of her mind was still with him. Her friends noticed the change. "You seem different," one of them said. But Sophia brushed it off because Ethan wasn't just charming, he was intoxicating. And people don't easily walk away from what excites them, even when it hurts. Deep down, Sophia understood something was wrong. She had spent years studying human behavior and finance. She knew manipulation when she saw it. Yet with Ethan, logic stopped working because emotions rewrite reality. Ethan would pull her close, then push her away, give her attention, then withdraw it. And every time she thought about leaving, he would do something incredible. A romantic weekend, a heartfelt confession, a promise about the future, just enough to make her stay. Because sometimes toxic love doesn't destroy you quickly, it slowly trains you to tolerate pain. Months passed and the pattern became clear. Ethan controlled everything. When they met, when they talked, when they argued. Whenever Sophia expressed frustration, he would calmly say things like, "You're overthinking. Why are you so emotional? You know I care about you." And somehow, those words always worked. Because he wasn't cruel, he was strategic. The most dangerous manipulators rarely shout. They simply make you doubt yourself. The breaking point came on a cold winter night. Sophia had just received the biggest promotion of her career. She called Ethan immediately. No answer. Hours passed. Nothing. Later that night, she opened social media, and there he was, at a luxury party in Miami, surrounded by models, laughing like she didn't exist. In that moment, something inside her finally broke. Not her heart, her illusion. For the first time, she saw Ethan clearly, not as the man she hoped he could be, but as the man he truly was. That night, Sophia stood by her apartment window, watching the lights of New York stretch endlessly into the darkness. And she realized something powerful. Ethan never tricked her. The signs were always there. She just wanted the fantasy more than the truth. The next morning, she sent him one final message. No more. Then she blocked his number. No explanation, no drama. Because the strongest people don't fight toxic love, they walk away from it. And months later, when someone asked her about Ethan Cole, she simply smiled and said something she had finally learned. Some men offer you the world, but take your peace in return. And peace is far more valuable than love that destroys you.